That was a good salad. Who's gonna do the dishes?
Hi, I'm Ho Shun Ho. I'm living in Vancouver, BC, Canada, unceded territory of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I am an immigrant to Canada from China.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea coming to you from Victoria, but more importantly known as unceded Akwesasne territory of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations, and I am an immigrant from the United States of America.
Welcome to Dishes Out. We're here to respond to ridiculous comments, the naysayers, and the negative stereotypes.
Yes, we're not going to let harmful and hateful comments have the last word. We're dishing it out, spilling the tea, and breaking down the words that divide, harm, and hurt.
So join us every Friday for a new episode.
Dishes out.
It's easy to hide.
It is. Well,
Welcome back to Dishes Out.
Yes,
We are back.
yeah.
We
are back.
back again.
That's right. We're back again. We're alive and we are running with the dishes out, but not on comments to us, Ocean, because we are so angelically perfect. No one has a problem with what we're saying. Or I haven't been posting very much on social media. But we are going to respond to some like current event issues that I think we need to dish out a little bit because
let's do that.
Yeah, because we're seeing culture under the heavy boot of the systems and colonization and ideas about white supremacy. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of this kind of undermining is under the disguise of like quote unquote good reasons and good excuses.
Good intentions, yeah.
But they all just BS.
They are.
Yeah.
Do you want to share with the audience what the issue is that we're going to discuss and dish out today, Hoshin?
Yes, as in Montreal.
Okay.
Quebec. Yeah, the province of Quebec. I have been to Montreal twice. I've never been to
Is
Quebec
it pretty?
City.
I've heard it's pretty.
I never been there in the summer. Both time I went there, it was in the winter and it was
covered in snow.
Covered in snow, and it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Christmassy. Good enough, I guess. I heard the summer was great, but I never been, so I will have to see it with my own eyes. But the people are okay.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Quebec,
but this
Montreal, yes.
Yeah, they are putting out is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would remove all welcome signs that includes women wearing a hijab.
A sign, Hoshin. They're going to remove a sign.
They will remove a sign, yeah. All of them, yeah. They won't allow even the symbol or a picture of a woman wearing a hijab.
I mean, I have so many things going through my head. We can include the link to the image. It's got a picture of a man with a hat and a hoodie. And then it's got a woman in a hijab. And then it's got an older gentleman with no head covering, nothing on his head, just like a jacket, pants. And it looks like a hand sketch, like a pencil sketch. And this happened in the month of October. But it is, it's a welcome sign in the lobby of Montreal's newly renovated City Hall. And they're taking it down because of, quote, the discomfort.
They said it's too controversial. Yeah. They said it's too controversial to have a picture of a woman who wears a hijab.
You know what?
In a public hall.
It is amazing the amount of power that women are punished for. And not just women, but in this case, like a Muslim woman. Like she is punished for who she is, even though on the books she's barely given any kind of power or agency, at least in our Canadian context, in the sense of being respected and accepted for who she is. But she gets punished for this perceived threat.
Which also what threat? That's the crazy thing. When he says controversial, I don't understand why a woman with a hijab is controversial, why their existence itself is controversial. I think the word in use and in action itself is definitely of racial, in many ways, racist intent. And despite how they want to phrase it, how they want to turn this narrative, is definitely with the motivation of racism. Yeah. That's for sure. It's not new to Quebec in general as a province. Like they don't allow any person who holds public positions to wear any sort of religious symbol. If you have a Sikh religion, you can wear headscarf, hijab. You cannot either
Yeah, you
like
can't
a
wear
Jewish
what Jewish people wear,
the
the
little
hat
hat. I
in
don't
the
know what that
back.
name.
I know,
Yeah,
I forget. I'm very
I
sorry
forgot.
if you're Jewish
I'm
and you're
sorry for the
listening.
Jewish people either.
Yes, but
But
even
yes,
nuns also cannot. So thankfully, like it's applying to all religions, but I do feel like a lot of Christian religions are these religions that, and I say this as a person who grew up in the Christian tradition, that we are not. There's a few sects of Christianity that do wear head pieces, but majority of Christian religions, it's all on the inside. It's not displayed on the outside. And I think this
yeah,
is where Quebec is doing an awful job in promoting their secularism.
mm-hmm.
You're promoting secularism by controlling who is visible and who isn't.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on the money there.
Yeah,
Like this so-called secular sounds like so good. Oh, we just want to put religion out of public space. We want to
I get
create
that
like an equal.
totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
hmm
Religious and politics doesn't necessarily have to mix. I understand that, but
Yeah,
this so-called quote unquote good intent is also very biased
it
in the
is.
sense that imagine if Christian faith,
Uh,
everyone of Christian faith, no matter what kind of sector you're in, have to wear a gigantic, big ass scarf, red scarf. Let's say
Yeah,
that is what you have to wear if you are
right,
of Christian faith.
right.
I think this policy will be very different.
I think so too.
I think it's because of Christian faith. I don't know. People wear a cross, but even that
Mm,
you can easily hide, right? You put it under your shirt and button up. No one can see it.
Yeah,
Of Christian faith, it's easy to hide. So for or people in power, I believe that some people in power in Quebec, there's must at least couple of them of Christian faith. For them, it's easy to hide. So for them, oh yeah, we
it's
no
a very
problem.
privileged position. It
Yeah.
really is a
So
very privileged, and it does continue those narratives, and it isolates and keeps out underrepresented people groups, Jewish people, Arab people, Sikhs. I don't know about nuns. I feel like they're not underrepresented. Maybe women in general, but yeah, it's if that was what we wore, like that would be acceptable. I firmly believe you're absolutely right. And it follows in line, yeah, even with France during the Olympics this past year, how they
no,
banned their
absolutely,
athletes to wear the hijab. So a lot
exactly.
of Muslim female athletes could not compete because this is who I am. I'm not
hmm
going to change who I am just so I can compete in something. Like it's so demoralizing and dehumanizing to,
Also, imagine if you are my French like athlete that wears a hijab. My
Mhm.
country literally want to discriminate me. Like, why
Yes,
would I want to compete in the name of France? You
exactly.
know?
A place I was born and raised in, because there's a
Exactly.
large demographic of the Muslim diaspora within France. Like born and
hmm
raised, these aren't people who came maybe 10 years ago and they decided they wanted to compete for France. Like they're French by every Frenchman's definition.
Exactly. It's crazy how it's also very hypocritical for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It
Like I
is.
said,
Yeah.
if Christian faith have to wear something obvious symbol, like this law will not exist for sure.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, like, it really controls the narrative.
hmm
Like it's this narrative being controlled, people being controlled, or representation being controlled,
hmm
that everyone somehow have to look the same. That
Exactly. This is secularism where everyone is the same.
yeah,
No one is
which is
unique or different. That's called colonization. I think I
that
remember
is
learning about that.
that is called colonization. That absolutely is colonization. Oh,
Yes.
the way you dress, this is too controversial for us
Yeah.
because we don't like how you have a scarf on your head.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
understand secularism as far as what you can and can't teach in schools or what kinds of laws you're passing in government. Like, I get those pieces coming from someone who is like seeing Christianity just being in bed with government in the United States. Like, I totally get that. But denying someone how they dress, who they are, what represents them and their identity, that is not
hmm
secularism. That is,
That is definitely control.
yeah.
In our world, that and I always think that
Yeah.
isn't the public sector to reflect their people.
Right.
The
Yes.
public should always reflect. He is.
Any
And
normal democracy, I
government,
would imagine.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, democracy itself reflects its people. And
Right.
the people, especially in Canada, is so diverse and diverse in religion, in culture, in the scarf we wear, in hat pieces, in religious symbol as well. If everyone just look the same, that you are not representing your people. You are
Yeah,
not.
no.
And that's also in a way that's dictatorship, because you're dictating what can be represented in public sector.
Yes, yes, absolutely. If you're listening, you can't see me finger clapping, but I am finger clapping a lot right now. No, you're absolutely right. And you understand that kind of heavier hand of government's control when it comes to self-expression and identity, navigating spaces in China. So I think that
yeah. The Quebecois is closer to China than we know.
like in proximity, like they are closer to China than we are, right? Or
No,
we're closer to
we are closer
we're
to
closer.
with-
Okay, well, that falls
geographically, but
apart.
in terms of politics, they are definitely closer to China, because
Yes.
it seems like they're all about controlling religion,
Yep, and identity and
representation.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So-
Quebec, do you hear me? You are very close to, maybe you're
Quebec.
closer to the Chinese government than you
I
think.
don't understand, y'all. I feel like
I don't understand
you
y'all
want to make a
either.
mini France. Like, just go to France. I don't know.
I don't think the French
why?
like them either. The French think the
Really?
French doesn't like anyone. I know some
True.
French people that
True.
been there and they say, oh, they're French. Like the language, ooh, it sounds weird.
Really? Ooh, there's an elitism from the French to the.
The
Yeah.
French always had some sort of elitism with themselves.
I've never been, but once I go, I will elitely put my finger up, my pinky finger, not the middle. I love you, France. You're a lovely place.
The
I'm
middle
sure.
finger.
But the pinky finger to show my elitism. But maybe anyway, So we'll leave it at that. But that's our dishes out. So I think we can do a better job, like really understanding what secularism is versus multiculturalism or plural. Like I just feel like there is a way to have a secularist society and allow people to be who they are. You're not losing anything. Okay.
You're not.
No.
You're not losing
In fact,
it.
you're
Anyway,
embodying. You're embodying
your
secularism.
people.
Yeah, exactly. And your people. You're representing your people if you care for your people.
Exactly.
Which Quebec, if we need to go to coffee. Let's just talk, okay? Let's just have a conversation about culture and integration. We got two people who are willing to have that with you. So anyway, join us next week for another Dishes Out. We'll probably be looking at another recent event. But if you do have any comments for us, please send us a message on TikTok. It's Canadian.salad. And we are also on Instagram, Canadian Salad. Or you can send us a message directly on our website, canadiansalad.ca. And we'll talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Canadian Salad is written and produced in British Columbia, Canada by Ho Shin Ho and Andrea McCoy. Theme music is by Naver Avetyan from Pixabay.
I like oranges with my salad.